You know how it is. You're just going about your day, everything's fine, and then bam! Out of nowhere, this huge wave of anger, or maybe sadness, just completely takes over. It feels exactly like an unwanted pop-up ad that's just hijacked your entire brain. You didn't ask for it, you sure didn't click on it, but there it is, flashing and demanding all of your attention. So that's really the big question we're tackling here. Why do our emotions feel like they're running on autopilot? Well, it turns out there is a click that happens. It's just so incredibly fast, so subtle, that we almost always miss it. And to find that click, we've got to uncover a kind of hidden mechanism. And to understand that hidden click, we're going to need to look at an ancient Pali term that just perfectly describes it. The word is phassa. Think of it as the secret ignition point for pretty much every single feeling we experience. So let's put this little culprit under the microscope. Now, in Pali, phassa translates to contact. But listen, this is not a gentle touch. It's more like an explosive, energetic collision. It is that exact moment when raw data from the outside world, something you see or hear, or even just a thought, slams into your mind and instantly becomes a real, felt experience. And if we break the word down, it gets even cooler. The syllable fa means to burst forth or to collide. It's like an explosion of information hitting your awareness. Then you have sa, which means together or with. So phassa literally means things colliding together. It's not just one thing. It's a meeting of at least three: your sense organ, some object, and consciousness itself. Okay, I know, that might still sound a little abstract, so to really make this idea land, let's walk through 4 simple, modern analogies that will help you actually feel what phassa is. Let's start with the most obvious one for our pop-up problem: the computer mouse click. So just imagine your mind is a web browser. The world is full of links and buttons, a comment someone makes, an email you get. That's step 1. Now step 2, that is phassa. It's the physical moment your finger, your sense organ, makes contact with the mouse and you hear that little click. And only then, in step 3, does the new page actually load. And that loaded page, that's your emotional reaction, whether it's a page of pure joy or one of those infuriating pop-up ads of anger. All right, our second analogy is a bit more elemental. Let's talk about striking a match. Think about it. You can have a matchstick and a matchbox just sitting next to each other all day. They have the potential for fire, but absolutely nothing happens on its own. The phassa moment is that shh sound, the friction of the match head scraping against the striking surface. It's that one brief, energetic collision that turns all that potential into an actual flame. And that flame, well, that's the feeling, which could be warmth or a destructive fire. Okay, on to analogy number 3, which is just brilliant for showing the on or off nature of this moment. Just flipping a light switch. A room can be totally wired up for electricity, bulb in place, everything ready to go, but it stays completely dark until you flip the switch. Phassa is that tiny, instant moment when the 2 metal contacts inside that switch touch. In that split second, the circuit is complete, and the current flows. And just like that, the light bulb of your mind suddenly lights up with a reaction. And for our last analogy, let's head over to the chemistry lab. Just picture 2 beakers, each with a perfectly clear, separate liquid inside. On their own, they're basically inert. They do nothing. But the moment you pour one into the other, that moment of mixing is phassa. As soon as they make contact, a whole new reaction starts. You get fizzing, maybe a color change, a brand new state. And that's exactly what happens when a sight or a sound mixes with your consciousness. So now that we kind of get the mechanism, what do we do with it? How do we use it? Well, this phassa moment is what some call the controllable golden time. It is our single best shot at stopping those unwanted mental pop-ups before they even start. And here's the crucial point. Most of us try to fight the emotion after it's already taken over the whole screen. We're frantically mashing the X button on that anger pop-up. But by then, it's too late. The program is already running. The click has happened, and we're just left dealing with the messy aftermath. The real power, the real control, isn't in closing the window. It lies in the moment before the click. It's all about bringing awareness to your finger as it just hovers over the mouse. It's noticing, okay, here's contact. Here's the potential for a click. You can feel that pressure building, but you haven't actually committed yet. That right there, that's the golden moment of choice. And the tool for this is another wonderful Pali word, sati, which means mindful awareness. Sati is the practice of being right there, fully present, at that point of contact. It's kind of like the security software that pops up and asks, "Are you sure you want to open this link?" It gives you that precious pause to choose whether or not to actually complete the click. So what's the big takeaway here? The goal isn't to stop feeling things altogether. No way. It's to stop being a passive victim of your own mental pop-ups. It's about realizing that you are the one with your finger on the mouse, not the other way around. Really, it all boils down to this one idea. All suffering begins with a single unconscious wrong click. Every single major emotional flare-up starts with this tiny, almost always overlooked moment of Phassa. And the real power isn't in what you click on. It's in what you consciously choose not to. So as you go about the rest of your day, I'll leave you with this to think about. What links, what buttons, what potential reactions will you choose not to click on today?